What is up there, YouTube? This is the Pony Elite, and I'm going to be bringing you another deck profile for a Spellbook deck I ran at Regionals recently. I got rid of this deck a while ago, but this is my friend's deck. He lets me play it all the time, so I decided to play it at Regionals. It did okay. So, to start off, we have 3 Priestesses. As you can see, this isn't my deck because I used to have this thing in max rarity, but I got rid of it. So, it's not max rarity, but hey, it's still the Spellbook deck and it still does the same thing. So, we got 3 High Priestesses. It's kind of generic. I always have the 3 Priestesses. And with the 3 Magicians as well. And then the only thing that I actually ran as a change was he runs the 3 Justices. I like the 3 Justices, but most of the time I'd always side one out because realistically having 2 of them in here would be better than having the 3rd, because if I dead draw the 3rd one after all the Priestesses are gone, I mean, it's kind of just a 1600 monster that I kind of have to just summon. Next is the 3 Spellbook of Secrets. All 3 of them are different rarity. This one's Italian, so Italian Ultras, and English Ultra and English Ulti. So, 3 Secrets. Same thing with the 3 Crescents. We're debating whether we should run the Crescents, like, at 3 or at 2, and then, like, the dualities and everything, because they kind of conflict with each other, but I'd rather just have the 3 Crescents in here in game 1, just to have extra books to reveal and stuff. So, there's that. Next, the 2 Grand Towers. You always usually want to run 2 Grand Towers. The 2 Spellbook of the Masters. You want to run 2 Spellbook of the Masters. I've actually never tried 3, so I wouldn't know how that worked. I've always stuck with 2. Then the 2 of each Eternity and Wisdoms. I was thinking of cutting Wisdom down to 1, because a lot of people are cutting, like, Bottomless and Torrential out of their deck, and just playing Compulse and Warning. And to be honest, if your Priestess gets compulsed, you can just let the Compulse go through and just reveal and special summon her again. And then if she gets Solemn Warning, I mean, you really can't do anything about that. And then the 1-0s, the 1 Fate, the 1 Life, and the 1 not ulti power, which I'm really sad about. I really want to have one of those. And then, like I said, the 2 Polydualities that we played. I actually still like Polyduality. I've seen some people actually playing Upstarts, and I actually kind of wanted to try that out to see how Upstart would go. And lastly, the 1 Book of Moon. For the trap cards, it's kind of a standard. Like I said, a lot of people were cutting Torrential and Bottomless. I still like the Bottomless in the main deck, mostly because this isn't like a meta deck, and there's still things you can Bottomless. Like, you can still Bottomless, Construct, what is it? Dragon, I think is the 1900 one. 2 Deep Prisons for those, the Shadal and the Burning Abyss matchup. Just gets rid of all their monsters so they don't get their effects. The 3 Fiendish Chains, stop attacks, stopping effects, those sort of things. And then the 3 Reckless Greeds, which were sided out in every single game because I really don't like that card that much in games 2 and 3. The extra deck is actually not even anywhere close to being done. There's the 1 Draco Sack, 1 Big Eye, 2 Downward Magicians, because if I ever even went into the extra deck, I could bring out Downward Magician with the 2s. Honor Arc, Castel, Herald, Shining Elf, Gotchi, Dagusto Phoenix, Ghost Trick, and an Alchemic Magician, because there should be a Veiler in the side deck, but we took that out because we were testing other things. I was testing his Stellar Knight deck, and it kind of uses the same concept, where it uses like almost the exact same extra deck, except like Kayakos and the Veiler and stuff, and it would main like the macro. So, instead of there being a macro in here, there'd be 1 Veiler. So we got the 2 Flying Seas, and 2 Max T's, and then the 2 Kayakos, which they would be something else, but I don't know what he would switch them out for. 2 MSTs, a DeFi. This card actually helped me at regionals a lot, because one of my matchups, I think it was like round 5 or 6, I got faced up against a Stellar Knight matchup, and this basically won me the game in game 3, because I was playing around his Mind Crush, because in game 2 he Mind Crushed me for Spellbook of Secrets, and he hit 2 of them out of my hand, and that basically made me lose. So in game 3, I summoned my Magician, dropped my Priestess, and basically just set my hand every time I could. And then at one point I just flipped this, and he basically would lose. He lost because of it, because he didn't have an out to it at that point. Like, he literally had like all his cards that would special summon stuff, but he never had like an MST for that. The one Soul Drain is actually in here, and like I said, this would be a Veiler if you didn't take the Veiler out. And then the 2 Shadow Imprisonings. This was basically because, like, I don't think the Stellar Knight matchup is that hard for this deck, but Burning Abyss was the most difficult thing I could ever face. Like, I think I faced 2 Burning Abyss players the entire time I was there, and I lost both of them because I just couldn't deal with that deck very easily. So that is the Spellbook deck that I played at regionals, and I have been playing for a while now, actually. So, hope you liked it, and see ya.